Jasmine Crockett challenges Donald Trump to IQ test. Yes, well, kind of, not exactly. Technically, she was asked if she would take a head-to-head IQ test against Trump, and she responded, absolutely. This is from the post-millennial. Jasmine Crockett says she would absolutely take head-to-head IQ test against President Trump. Democrat Representative Jasmine Crockett, yes, the ghetto representative in Congress from Texas. And, you know, there are some questions as to how ghetto she actually is, because there is this phenomenon that exists on the Democrat Party called code switching. Have you heard of it? It's when you kind of change your accent depending on the type of person that you're talking to or the group of people that you're talking to. Hillary Clinton was famous for this. AOC was famous for this. And there are some questions about Jasmine Crockett if she does this. Maybe she's not exactly the black queen that she portrays herself to be. For me to make my final judgment on this, I would have to have a conversation with her or hear a recording of her saying one word naturally in a conversation, and this word would be the word ask. Okay. I would have to hear her. It would probably have to be like maybe a recording where she does not know that she's being recorded. And if she says ax instead of ask, that would help me come to my final conclusion as to how intelligent Jasmine Crockett actually is. I mean, the fingernails and the giant eyelashes, the pressed on fingernails that are really long, and the really giant bushy eyelashes, that doesn't help. But that could all be just a costume that she puts on. I don't know. Of course, she's bombastic in Congress. She talks ghetto. Is this real? Is she actually like this? Probably. I'm not going to give her the benefit of the doubt here, but sometimes you've got to question these things. Is she appealing to a constituency, or is that really how she is? If that really is how she is, wow. Our Congress has stooped to a new low. But Jasmine Crockett challenged President Donald Trump to an intelligence test on Tuesday after Trump called her a very low IQ person, and I tend to agree. I err on the side when I'm dealing with people like Jasmine Crockett on AOC. I tend to believe that they are not the smartest people in the world, the sharpest knives in the drawer. That's my personal opinion. But during an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, the show's host played clips of Trump criticizing Crockett. Quote, he also called you low IQ. I'm sure you're aware of that, Kimmel said. Would you be willing to take an IQ test publicly, head-to-head, against the president of the United States? Let's go over here to the actual video of Jasmine Crockett talking to Jimmy Kimmel, where she answers this very pressing question. Take a listen.
He also called you low IQ. I'm sure you're aware of that. Would you be willing to take an IQ test publicly, head-to-head against the president of the United States?
Absolutely. Yes. You know, she's not looking too bad. I mean, I guess her fingernails are a little bit long, but I guess that's a short clip. I can't really make my judgment just from that. But I mean, I like I said, I would absolutely love to see the results. But this was in the wake of Crockett calling Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who uses a wheelchair to get around. She called him Governor Hot Wheels. Yeah, this was a big deal. I mean, I really don't care if Crockett calls Abbott Governor Hot Wheels. It doesn't really hurt my feelings. It probably doesn't hurt his feelings either. But the Democrats, they're supposed to be the ones that are inclusive and nice, right? And, you know, the DEI side. So, you know, they're not supposed to use these hurtful terms to describe people. But obviously, they don't really care about being inclusive. They just like slinging rocks to the other side. When it comes back around to them, they just make excuses for it. But she called Abbott Governor Hot Wheels, and then Trump responded, called her a lowlife and a very low IQ person. And then, of course, Crockett tried to walk back these comments, making excuses for it, saying that she didn't really mean this. She actually meant something else. And really, the explanation she gave to why she said what she said was, okay, it didn't really make much sense. And this is one of the indications of a low IQ person. She tries to give a explanation to why she said Governor Hot Wheels about Greg Abbott. But But this explanation just didn't make any sense. She said, I wasn't thinking about the governor's condition. I was thinking about the planes, trains, and automobiles he used to transfer migrants into communities led by black mayors, deliberately stoking tensions and fear among the most vulnerable. Literally, the next line I said was that he was a mess, referencing his terrible policies. At no point did I mention or allude to his condition, blah, 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 blah. So I think what she's trying to get around to here is she's trying to connect the wheels, right, to the fact that planes, trains, and automobiles also have wheels. But logically thinking, I mean, you've kind of got to look at it in context. Everyone knows that Greg Abbott is in a wheelchair, and any rational person would conclude that that's what she was talking about. I've never heard someone say Hot Wheels and then refer to plane, trains, and automobiles. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It doesn't make sense, okay? It just doesn't make sense. But, I mean, nice try at a save. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but, I mean, good try. You still did it. But Trump added at the time, they've totally lost their confidence, and it's hard when you lose your confidence, but they have. They've taken a lot of beatings, and now they're going to rely on Crockett to bring them back. And this is true. Crockett has been kind of front and center, but I think people are getting kind of sick of Jasmine Crockett and her antics, her shenanigans. Now it seems like the Democrat Party is trotting out AOC and Bernie Sanders. There are 3 candidates right now. Well, maybe 4. There are 4 potential candidates I think the Democrats might be tossing around, trying out as far as running for 2028. Crockett's one of them. AOC, Bernie Sanders, and Kamala Harris. Maybe Newsom. Maybe Newsom as well. I don't know. But he is white and he is a man, so probably not. I really hope Crockett is the one. That'd be fantastic. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of Crockett and President Trump? Do you think that Crockett
he also
would beat President Trump in a IQ test, or do you think Donald Trump would trash her? Personally, I think that Donald Trump has a couple IQ points on her, but that's just me. What do you guys think? Let me know down below what you think. Like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until then, I will see you on the next one.